I don't care if the Norwich job's available. I told you. This is a one-team thing. I'm staying at Dumbarton and taking them to the top. Norwich wouldn't be interested in me anyway. But what I heard, Patrick Vieira's the favourite. Anyway, have you seen the team that we've put together? In the start to the season that we had? Exactly. Hi there folks, and welcome back to Sons of the Rock. This is episode number 7, and I'm Nick from SonickFM. Now, today we're going to be looking at the roundup of all the transfers that we've done, look back at the results from the Betfred Cup, and get the first 2 games of the league season underway, which are away to Cove Rangers and at home to Queen's Park. So we'll start off with transfers. Tactically, using the same tactic, we'll go in and have a look at the transfers, and these are the ones we've brought in. So first off, we brought in George Hunt on loan from Bournemouth. It's costing us £5,500, but if we take a look at him, he's got 3-star current ability with 5-star potential. He's only 19, not capped at under 19 level or under 21 level or whatever for England yet, but I think he's got a good chance of getting there. Not played for Bournemouth either, apparently, even though they signed him on a free last year. I did have a look at him last year. He came up on my scouting report. I had a look at him, and I think I might have made an offer for him, but he wasn't interested. And he popped up again as a possible loan target. Went for him, and he's here. So he's bringing a little bit of quality into that midfield, hopefully. And in something that's a bit of a coup for us, we've got Ethan Ross from Aberdeen. He's a 19-year-old, primarily left winger, can play pretty much anywhere across the midfield. 4.5-star current ability, 5-star potential, as I said, still only 19. Look at those ratings, those attributes. For a team at our level, he's a really good player. For a team at Aberdeen's level, he's a really good player. If we take a quick look, he played 7 times for Aberdeen last season. So he's got Premiership experience. He was on loan at Dunfermline the season before that and played a few times. And he's played sporadically for Aberdeen as well. And just gives us, again, helps give extra quality to the midfield. We won't look at that there because for some reason he shows up on both seasons. But we did bring in Michael Dangana on loan from Aberdeen. Aberdeen, of course, are our parent club, or our senior affiliate. So we brought him in on loan, 3-star ability, 5-star potential ability, 13 for finishing as an 18-year-old striker, 13 for first touch as well. He's got, good composure, good anticipation, excellent physicals. So he's hopefully going to be the man to bring us the goals this season. He's obviously come in to replace Kevin Hanratty, who we did try to get back on loan. Aberdeen accepted the loan offer for him. If you remember, I tried to get him to extend his loan last season and they weren't interested. They wanted him to play with higher quality players. Well, tried to get him back. They accepted the loan offer and he turned down the contract. Wasn't very happy with him at that. May have called him a few names. I'm not proud of it. But we brought in Michael Dangana as effectively his replacement anyway. And then we've got Daryl Meggett. He's been about a bit. He's been at Alloa, Dundee, Ayr, East Fife, Darvel. 3-star ability, 30 years old, can play centre back or left back. His abilities are declining, as you can see, but he's, he'll come in and do a job for us for a season at least, and gives a bit of experience in that back line as well. Like I said, he's good, he's decent, he's got good marking, good tackling, good heading and jumping reaches, which is really what you need for a defender. Not the fastest player, so playing him on that left is maybe not going to work out too well, but we'll see. We've also brought in Greg Spence as another striker. He can also play in the attacking midfield, the attacking wings. Again, 29 years old, only showing 2.5-star ability relative to the team. Decent finishing. good acceleration. Can't really keep it up when he gets there, but he's got good acceleration, decent natural fitness and stamina. He's come in as a backup to the striker. He'll mainly to come off the bench and try and grab a late goal or two. Might start him occasionally if need to. I've also got Jordan Hart as a backup goalkeeper. He's come in from East Fife, and he's okay. He's 25, 2.5 star ability. Does say he's got room to grow a little bit, but at 25, I highly doubt it. He's a very determined person, though. Well, his personality is fairly determined. His attribute shows 16, which I would say is very determined, since it's only out of 20. Good reflexes. He's decent at one-on-ones and handling the ball, communication, good agility. He's not brilliant, but he is our backup keeper. And once we've got through all the transfers, you'll see why we needed to bring in these backup players. Logan Knight came in on loan from Aberdeen, 16-year-old right back. He is primarily, let's say primarily, there's a good chance he's going to start at right back and I can move Wardrope over to the left back. But we'll see how things go as the season progresses. I've brought him in really as cover at right back for Wardrobe as a rotation option. I had to give him regular starter because that's what Aberdeen wanted. So he will probably start a few games. But as you can see, good mentals, extremely brave, good determination, good decision making, good anticipation. He's tackling, brilliant, 15 tackling. Marking, could do with a little bit of work. He's not the fastest, but he is only 16 and he does have that 5-star potential. So we're getting him training and trying to improve some of these attributes. We then brought in Owen Moffatt on loan from Motherwell. Again, another player I had a look at last year. Wasn't 100% sold on him. But when Hanratty turned down the contract, or the loan offer, we had to bring somebody else in. And this guy popped up and I decided to take a punt on him. Good finishing, good first touch, good heading. And although he's got 11 for heading, but only 3 for jumping reach. So he can head the ball, he just can't jump to get it. Good technique, decent mentals, and half decent physicals as well. He's good natural fitness, good acceleration and pace. Again, only 19 years old, so we're training him, getting him in training to try and improve some of those attributes as well. He comes in on loan from Motherwell. He was previously at Celtic. And then final 2 transfers, we've got Dean Hawkshaw, who is an attacking midfield player, 24 years old. He's been about a bit. He's been at Airdrie, Kilmarnock, St Cadoc's, Glenafton, non-league teams. But he came up on the scout report and brought him in on trial, and I was quite impressed with what I saw. He's only got 3-star ability, and again, it shows room to improve, but at 24 years old, don't think it's likely to. He can play in attacking midfield or centre midfield. Good mentals, not too bad physicals, and not too bad technicals. And then finally, Jordan Kirkpatrick, who again can play pretty much anywhere in the final third of the park. Going to be using him primarily as a central midfielder, but can get these other positions trained. In fact, I think I might already be training him in some of those other positions. 29 years old, 3-star ability. He looks a solid player. He was another one that brought in on trial and was just kind of impressed with how solid he looked. So decided to bring him in. We had the room in the wage budget, and he gives a bit extra experience in midfield as well. As I said, the reason why we need to bring in all these players is because we released quite a lot of them. Chris Smith, Nat Weatherburn, Daniel Church, Joshua Bradley Hurst, Stephen McCluskey, PJ Crossan, Rory Langan, Robert Jones, Denny Johnson, Jamie Wilson, and Matthew Riley all left the club at the end of their contracts. So this is how the squad looks. If we sort, we've got it sorted by ability at the moment. If we sort by position, see a couple of goalkeepers, you know, there are a couple other positions that I would not be against bringing in. I would not be against bringing in another centre back. We've got a couple of players in on trial at the minute, but I'm not too sure on them yet. As I was saying in the intro, we've played through the Betfred Cup group stages. We'll probably show you the rounds moving forward, but this is how it went in the group stages. So we had a really good start with the friendlies. We lost 2-1 to Aberdeen, but then drew with Ayr. So not the greatest of starts with friendlies. We then beat Institute 5-2. I'm not too sure who Institute are. They play Northern Irish. And then the Betfred Cup started, and I was a little bit wobbling on how I thought we were going to do, mainly because of the friendlies and how they'd went. The first game up was against Queen of the South, who are in the league above us, and we beat them 3-2. Dangana, Carswell and Ross getting on the score sheets there. Then Kilmarnock, who are in the Scottish Premiership. They're 2 tiers above us. We beat them 2-1. Forbes and Frizzell grabbing goals there. Edinburgh City is a game that I would have expected us to win, and we did quite comfortably. 3-1. Dangana getting a double and Moffatt getting on the score sheet there. And then again, Annan Athletic, who play in the league below us, 5-1. Frizzell grabbing a goal, Greg Spence coming off the bench for a couple, Ross and Forbes getting the other 2. So we finished top of the group, as you could probably have guessed. Tends to happen when you win all your games in a group. And that brings us up to date now. We've got Dundee in the second round. Dundee are in the Championship. We do have them in the second round. And Airdrie were also in the Challenge Cup this season, apparently. We'll get Airdrie in the Challenge Cup. But we won't worry about that just now. We're going to go on and get the first 2 games of the season done, so Cove and Queen's Park. And looking at the media predictions, we're predicted to finish 5th. We do have Ross and Frizzell in the Dream 11. The media Dream 11. But we're predicted to finish 5th. Now, if I remember right, last season we were predicted to finish, was it 7th or 6th? And we finished 3rd. So if we were predicted to finish 7th and we finished 3rd, we're predicted to finish 2 places higher this season. So logic then says that we'll finish 2 places higher this season, which would be 1st. Don't think that's quite how it works. But in my head, I'm going to go with that. Because, well, we're going to be aiming for the playoff places anyway. So we're aiming for at least 4th. Can't remember what's the board's vision. Yeah, top half finish. So we're going to be aiming for 4th at the very least and getting all those playoffs again. But, you know, with the team, I'm quietly confident in the team that we've put together that we could potentially just sneak into that 1st place. We'll see how we go on with the game. With the season. But speaking of game, let's get into the opening game, which is against Cove Rangers. This is the team that we're putting out for the game against Cove. So we have Zabrit, Ingalls, Kitongo, Megget, McGeever and Wardrope at the back. Ross, Kirkpatrick, Carswell are the midfield, with Frizzell playing further forward on the right. And then Moffatt and Dangana are the strikers. Jordan Hart, you can come off the bench. I can bring Mehdi Alito back onto the bench. He was off the bench. In the cup, you have to have a goalkeeper on the bench. And I don't normally keep a goalkeeper on the bench. So, game is underway. The Cove Rangers were a team that we struggled against a little bit last season. I think they beat us twice. I can't remember exactly, but I know we struggled against them. And 10 minutes into the game, they get the first highlight and almost score. And we've not had a shot on goal yet. So, not ideal. Ah, there we go. First shot, thank you. Just as I open my mouth. I throw in now for Cove on the left-hand side. Just throw in, ball played over the top for Megginson. Megginson's through here, and he manages to slide it underneath Gregor Zabrit. He grabs the first of the game for Cove. That's his second of the season already. And not an ideal start for us. But let's encourage the team. Too easy for him there. The defence needs to stick a foot in. Especially after the way we started the season with the Betfred Cup. I would have expected so much more. And how did he score that? Corner comes in. He's jumping with his man. There are two men on the line. Where the ball... And they have a free kick now. And that's 3. No, he's offside. Thank God for that. I am not happy with this. The start that we had to the season, undefeated in our group stage of the Betfred Cup, beating teams from the leagues above us, and we're getting absolutely ripped apart here by Cove Rangers. This is just... We've had 2 shots on goal, neither of which were on target. Far from pleased with that. Pull the finger out, boys. I get a feeling there's going to be some early substitutes because there are players who are just not playing at all well. Out of the highlight, it's a throw in for Cove Rangers. And could somebody do something? Patrick does well to get a block on him. Moffatt's done well to win the ball back there. He's got Dangana in the box ahead of him. And he plays a strange ball. I think he was looking for Frizzell there. The ball over the top for Dangana. Shot's blocked and Frizzell's got it on the right. He plays it in for Moffatt, but it's headed clear by the defence. Only as far as Katongo though. He gives it to Ross. Ross plays it back out wide to him. And his attempted cross is blocked for a corner. This is much better. This is more what I kind of expected, although I would have preferred it if we'd managed to score. But the headed clearance is picked up by Ross on the left-hand side. Plays it all the way back to Katongo. And then the highlight stops because we don't do anything with it. Right. Who is coming off? Wardrobe is coming off. Knight can come on for him. Ross, you're not playing well. Neither is Frizzell. Or Moffatt. So what I think we're going to do is Spence is going to come on for Moffatt. And then it's Ross or Frizzell. Ross or Frizzell. Ross or Frizzell. In fact, you can make 5 subs, can't I? Take them both off then. Potentially. Yeah, so Alito can come on for Ross. Forbes can come on for... What must only be in the first season you can make 5 subs. Right, so we'll undo that last one then. And you know what? We're going to move Ross forward on the left. We're going to bring Frizzell... We're going to keep Frizzell up. And we're going to put Forbes on for him. Right, 65 minutes in. We've made our 3 changes. All we can do is sit back and hope. And demand more. Ross is just getting worse and worse. He's down to 6.1 now. He really needs to start doing something. This is not the start to the season I wanted. It's 3-0 now to Cove. Excellent free kick. Can't really do anything with that. We'll see it again in the highlight in just a second. He just bends it round the wall into the far corner. What can you do? Yeah, this is not the start I was hoping for. If we can at least, salvage something and grab consolation goal. Megget plays the ball forward, but it's cut out at the back by Leighton. Spence does well to pick it back up. Gives it to Kirkpatrick. What a strike from Jordan Kirkpatrick. You never told me you had that in your locker, son. I didn't think this highlight was going anywhere. I thought it was going to be a Cove highlight. But Spence does well to win it back. Ross gets the ball, knocks it forward to Kirkpatrick, who, with an absolute rocket. Some more of that, please. I'm not going to get it in this game, though, as time has run out. So, poor result for us in the opening game. But we do have the next game coming up, which is against Queen's Park. We'll be back in just a second with the team for that game. And we are back now with the game against Queen's Park. This is a team that's going out. Only one change really to note, and that is that George Hunt has come in for Stuart Carswell. So it is Zabret in goals, a back four of Kitongo, Megget, McGeever and Wardrop. Ross, Kirkpatrick and Hunt in midfield with Frizzell further forward behind Moffatt and Dangana. The game kicks off looking for a better performance this time than last time out, and Kitongo looks as if he might have suffered a knock already. But it doesn't seem too bad, so I'm going to keep an eye on his fitness. And then at half time, if need be, we can swap him over, or before, depending how he looks. But Frizzell's got the ball now on the right hand side for us. And he gets past his man, he gets into the box, and there is Ethan Ross. That is exactly why we brought him in. Coming forward on that left hand side, that's what he can do. Excellent run by Adam Frizzell on the right. Just skips past his man, leaves him standing, plays it across the 12-yard box to Ethan Ross unmarked at the far post. Excellent start, excellent goal. That is more like it. Nothing really happening now. So we've got a free kick, McGeever to play it forward, and he finds Ross, who nods it down to Megget, gives it to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick's coming forward with it now. He's got men alongside him. Ross is there. He gives it forward to Kitongo. Kitongo inside now to Moffatt. Moffatt drops all the way back to Hunt, who plays it over the top for Frizzell. Great pass there from George Hunt. Frizzell lets it fall back to Wardrop. His shot is blocked away by the Queen's Park defence, and Queen's Park can now counter. And surely Murray's offside there. Yes. Thankfully. When I saw the pass going through, I thought it was offside, but in my head I was thinking, I bet you that we have a player just off camera that's playing him onside. Not to be though. And half an hour in we have a throw in. Kitongo into Moffatt. Moffatt gives it to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick wanders just into the box. Okay. That was the tiniest of chips over to Michael Dangana, who gets up there with the header and makes it 2-0. Moffatt gives to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick, casually as you like, just wanders in and a little chip across. Michael Dangana completely unmarked in the middle of the goal and nods it home. Suspicions of offside? No, he's clearly onside when the ball's played in. His marker just has a brain fart and wanders away. Only thing I can think of. This has been a much better performance from us. Much happier with this performance. This is the kind of performance I was expecting in the opening game. Very pleased with it. Keep it going. And Kitongo, fitness-wise, is doing okay so far. I think I might take him off with maybe about 20 minutes to go. Or maybe sooner, because he's just dropped a little bit. I don't really feel the need to make any substitutions at the minute, as it's Queen's Park coming forward now on the left hand side with McPake. He gets past his man, he gets into the box, he gets a shot away, but Gregor Zabret is equal to it, and it's cleared away by Kitongo. Right, 20 minutes to go. We will get Kitongo off. Here we go, right. So Knight can come on for him, and we'll swap Knight and Wardrobe around. And George Hunt's on a yellow card, so I think we'll take him off, and we'll get Ross Forbes on for him. I know Ross Forbes isn't our best player. You know, he's 32, 2.5 star ability. And his abilities are starting to decline a little bit. I like him. I don't know why, but I like him. And I think we'll bring, for our final change, we'll bring Greg Spence on for Owen Moffatt. 15 minutes to go. Still in control. It's been a pretty even game, although Queen's Park would probably, you could say they've probably just been shaving it a little bit. They've had a few more shots, got a better XG. We've had more of the ball though, and we were able to do what mattered, and that was score goals. And that leaves us then at the end of the episode, after 2 games, sitting in 6th place, mid-table. But it is only 2 games into the season, so we're only 2 points off the playoffs and 3 points off a first, because it's only been 2 games. So in the next episode, I am tempted to just play the Airdrie game and then come back and show you the Dundee game and Montrose, do Dundee and Montrose. But is that too soon? You know what, I think that's what I'll do. I'll play the Airdrie game offline, the Challenge Cup second round, and we'll come back in the next episode for the Dundee game in the League Cup second round, and then away to Montrose in the league as well. And that wraps up episode 7 of Sons of the Rock. Let me know in the comments what you think of the transfers and how you think we're going to go on with the rest of the season. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like down below, and while you're down there, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any videos going forward. And as always, thank you very much for watching.